Hi everybody, Golden Era Bookworm here. Today I'm going to talk about Allan Paivio. I'm bringing in again today a Golden Era bodybuilder from the late 40s. And after reading a recent Your Physique magazine, I came across these photos of Allan Paivio. And the first thought that came to my mind was, wow, I mean, this guy looks so much like Steve Reeves. I mean, his physique, that is, that I just have to do a video on him. And so that's what this video is about. It is about Allan Paivio, a probably well-known at the time but forgotten Golden Era Superman. As I mentioned, the source was Your Physique magazine, in particular from my collection November 1948, with Floyd Page on the cover with that fantastic double arm overhead tilted pose, looking absolutely aesthetic and phenomenal. Now, Allan Paivio was born in Sudbury, Ontario, which was a mining village. He was, I guess, destined to enter the physical culture realm with the strong influence from his own family. I mean, his father himself was a strongman. Allan, as a youth, was very athletic and worked in the mines, and this probably set him on the track to physical culture. And soon after, he started training. This was before World War II, then enlisted in the Navy, and then continued training after the war was over. He first entered the AAU, Mr. Canada, and came second. Later, the IFBB Canada, Mr. Canada, in 1948, where you can see that he won the prize. And this actually is a cover from the next issue of Your Physique, December 1948, and you can see he's holding very proudly there his trophy. Now, a very interesting fact about Allan Paivio is that after bodybuilding, he actually became a professor of psychology. So we are talking about a very well accomplished human being here. He's a very fantastic individual. Now, this is a new segment that I've dared to start highlighting, and that is the measurements of these Golden Era legends. Why? Because I think they are a great motivator. I mean, a lot of us naturals, I'm a natural and I'm sure a lot of my followers are. I mean, if we find out what our measurements are, if we take our measurements and then compare them, not for the sake of really comparing, but in a more, let's see what a natural Mr. Canada, a natural Mr. Universe, a natural Mr. America could achieve without steroids. Am I close to that? If I am, then I could really stand proud and say, you know, I've developed a very decent physique that would compare to those in that era, and I think that's something to be very proud of. For example, let's look at Allan Paivio's measurements. He had a 16-inch neck, arms almost 17 inches, forearms over 13 inches, a chest not expanded at 46 inches, a waist of almost 31 inches, with thighs well over 24 inches, and calves at almost 16 inches. These measurements were taken by Joe Wader. Now, this is what I mean. I mean, if your measurements are fairly close to this, I think that's something you'd be very proud of. And this is also very realistic. It's achievable. These are goals we can set, because if we're not looking at destroying our bodies with performance-enhancing drugs, but simply looking at developing a strong aesthetic physique, and we develop these measurements, I'm sure it's something we can all be proud of. Now, these are the photos that I talked about earlier. I mean, looking through Your Physique November 1948, I was just struck. I was like, wow, I mean, look at Allan Paivio. I mean, just relaxed. I mean, completely relaxed. He has that wonderful V taper. Those three factors that Reeves talked about in that previous article I presented. The broad shoulders, well developed, thick arms as well. The wide flaring lats, the trim waist. And I mean, he's just relaxed there, looking super Herculean into the sunset. Aesthetic, classic, powerful, phenomenal. I love these photos. He looks very Reeves-like. Those calves as well were very Reeves-like. Yeah, I was just like, wow, this guy. I've got to do a video on this guy. And look at this next video. It's being colorized, And I mean, he almost looks like Reg Park there. You could almost confuse him. Allan Paivio looking aesthetic, classic and powerful. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, I get excited about this stuff because this is what bodybuilding is to me. This is what the golden era gave us. This is why I'm highlighting it. That's the reason of this channel. That's why I'm bringing back these golden era legends. Phenomenal. I love these physiques. I love these golden era athletes. Let's look at what made Allan Paivio, his full body training program at his peak, at least to just before the Mr. Canada, before winning the Mr. Canada. Let's look at his program. Barbell curls, 130 pounds, 120, dropping further to 110 and 100 pounds for 8 to 10 reps. That's pretty good. Bench pressing 200, moving up to 250, down to 230, down to 220 for 10 to 12 reps. Achievable weights, achievable poundages. A barbell rowing would follow with 125 pounds and 120 pounds for 12 reps. 2 sets done in wide grip, 2 sets done in a narrow grip. The press behind the neck for shoulder development and triceps with 125 pounds and 110 pounds for 10 reps each. Followed with more shoulder work, alternate dumbbell presses using 60 pounds, reps to the limit. Now check this out, what a squat workout. Warm up with 200, move up to 235 and 285, then drop to 265, 240 and 220. All sets done to the limit. I mean, if you don't get an enormous pump in your legs, testosterone and growth hormone oozing out of your nose after doing all those squats, nothing will. I mean, that's just one tough but effective workout. Amazing. He would also include laterals and pullovers, and he actually believed that pullovers were great for triceps. I guess it depends on your method of execution. I hope you have enjoyed this introduction, this reminder of Allan Paivio, a golden era bodybuilder from the 1940s. I love this pose too. Looking again very Reeves-like, very aesthetic, classic proportions, very symmetrical. I love these golden era athletes, and I'll keep bringing more to you. Thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so and leave me your comments. This is the Golden Era Bookworm. Bye for now.